Caitlin Clark. Just 2 words, and the air in women's basketball changes. The energy in the arenas, the conversations in living rooms, the way sports networks arrange their schedules, it all shifts when her name comes up. And now, after weeks of silence, speculation, and a void in the WNBA that felt like an entire era had gone into hibernation, the news is broken. Caitlin Clark is coming back. Not in a month, not in 2 weeks, but now, sooner than anyone dared to expect. The timing almost feels scripted, like the league itself couldn't afford to keep its golden goose on the sidelines any longer. ESPN had been telling us she might be back by August 12th. The Indiana Fever front office kept things close to the chest. But now, the whispers are no longer whispers. Clark's injury status has been upgraded to a game-time decision. Just those words, game-time decision, were enough to send a jolt of electricity through every fan, every sports bar, every ticket reseller in America. The WNBA's most important player, the most magnetic ratings draw in the history of the sport, is about to lace them up again. And make no mistake, this isn't just another player returning from injury. This is the resurrection of an entire league's relevance. Without her, the WNBA has limped along like a marathon runner in the final miles, fighting just to stay upright. With her, the whole sport feels like it's sprinting again. The numbers don't lie. Before Clark's groin injury on July 15th, Indiana Fever games averaged a staggering 1.81 million viewers. Without her, those numbers collapsed to 847,000. That's a 53% drop, the kind of freefall that no league wants to see on a ratings chart. It's not hyperbole to say no one, not Patrick Mahomes in the NFL, not LeBron James in the NBA, not even Steph Curry at his peak, means as much to their league as Caitlin Clark means to the WNBA. She's not just a player, she's the gravitational center of the sport. Take her out of the picture, and everything shifts off its axis. National viewership across all games plummeted by 55% during her absence. Let that sink in. More than half the league's television audience disappeared because one player couldn't take the court. And that wasn't the only place the Caitlin Clark effect showed its hand. Ticket prices told the same brutal truth. With Clark in the lineup, Fever games commanded an average ticket price of $137. The moment she was ruled out, those numbers collapsed. Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever? Prices went from $86 down to a humiliating $25. Even high-profile matchups lost their shine. Premium seats that once fetched $210 were suddenly going for $95. Washington Mystics moved a game to Baltimore specifically to accommodate Clark's fanbase, expecting a surge, only to watch those tickets crater from $41 to $14 after she was ruled out. It was an economic shockwave that could be measured in empty seats and silent concession stands. Sports economists have been tracking her impact like Wall Street analysts following a blue-chip stock. Ryan Brewer projected that Clark's economic influence this season alone could reach $1 billion, with AB. And that's not marketing fluff. That's ticket sales, merchandise, tourism, broadcast deals, all driven by one athlete. Her presence alone has been valued at $340 million for the Fever franchise, transforming them from an afterthought into the league's crown jewel. She's bigger than the sport itself, the kind of transcendent figure you compare to Michael Jordan or Tiger Woods, the ones who make casual fans rearrange their schedules just to watch. When she plays on the road, ticket prices spike by an average of 140%, resale prices hitting $312. Of the 10 best-selling WNBA games this season on StubHub, every single one involved the Fever. Merchandise sales have exploded. Dick's Sporting Goods reports a 233% increase in WNBA merchandise compared to last season. Fanatics says over 500%. She's in the top 20 selling athletes across all sports, and 6th among basketball players, including NBA stars. Yet, here's the kicker. Her WNBA salary is just $76,535. Her Nike deal, worth $28 million over 8 years, dwarfs it entirely. Her own agent says she'll never be paid what she's truly worth in the WNBA, because the league simply can't afford her market value. She's responsible for 27% of the league's entire economic activity, a number so absurd it sounds made up, but it's not. The Fever have been grinding without her. Backup point guards Ari McDonald and Sydney Colson both went down with season-ending injuries, forcing the team to sign Odyssey Sims to a hardship contract. They've held a respectable 6-4 record in their last 10 games, Kelsey Mitchell playing out of her mind, Aaliyah Boston putting up absurd shooting numbers. But everyone inside that locker room knows the truth. Without Clark, they can survive, but they cannot thrive. Clark herself has admitted to the mental strain of being the league's engine. On Sue Bird's podcast, she opened up about the pressure, not just to perform, but to carry the economic weight of an entire league. Her mom even texted her during this latest injury, "You've taken so much time for everybody else. You have to take time for yourself now." She's been tossed into games without the benefit of a training camp to ramp up, forced to juggle injury rehab and performance under a microscope so intense it could break anyone else. And yet, the moment she returns, expect pandemonium. Her last comeback game, against the New York Liberty on June 14th, pulled in 2.8 million viewers at its peak, the third most watched WNBA game ever on ABC. Her games aren't just events, they're cultural moments. Right now, the Fever are 18-14, firmly in playoff position, but every win matters. The timing of her return could not be more perfect. Their championship window is immediate and fragile. The WNBA's competitive balance means dominance doesn't last. You have to seize it now, especially with a generational talent on a rookie contract. Clark knows this. She said before the season, "My expectation is for us to try to win a championship." That wasn't a throwaway line, it was a mission statement. And yet, her return also exposes an uncomfortable truth for the league. The WNBA's growth right now isn't a collective effort, it's the Caitlin Clark show. Her injury revealed just how dependent the league is on her. The executives know it. The other players know it. And every opponent she faces from here on out knows they're stepping onto the court against someone whose performance could literally shift their career trajectory. The Caitlin Clark effect isn't just real, it's the lifeline of the league. And now, that lifeline is back. So the question isn't just how she'll perform in her return. The question is, can she carry that weight yet again? Can she lead the Fever into the playoffs, knowing the entire sport is holding its breath with her every step? And what happens if she doesn't? Because the truth is, this isn't just about basketball anymore. This is about a player who's become an institution, a business empire, and a cultural phenomenon all in one. And tonight, the world will be watching to see if the legend of Caitlin Clark grows even larger.